Welcome again to the Shooting USA YouTube channel. We're glad you're here. An interesting factoid, some of our more popular videos see as many as 75 or 80% of you are not subscribed to our channel. If you like the content you're seeing, please honor us with a subscription. And if you're interested in full-length current episodes of Shooting USA after it airs on the network, there's a link in this video's description to our Vimeo channel. Now, here's the content you came to see.
Well, you wouldn't think a farm machinery inventor would change the course of military history. But in the case of Dr. Richard Gatling, that is exactly what happened. Today, the descendants of his invention ride the nose of the Apache helicopter and the Warthog tank killer and protect Navy ships from missile attacks. Gatling hoped his first machine gun would revolutionize the battlefield, and it did. Just not the way Dr. Gatling expected, as he created one of history's guns. It was a tremendous and terrifying advancement in 19th century warfare. The Gatling gun could fire 100, even 200 rounds across the battlefield in the time it took an enemy soldier standing in the line of fire to charge his muzzle-loading rifle and fire once. A 100-to-1 advantage in shots downrange.
It made so many different inroads in history, in firearms manufacture, use, and technology. It's unbelievable.
Gary Harper owns 2 Gatling guns, restored originals. He does exhibitions at shooting matches so history buffs can experience the Gatling's remarkable power.
This is the 1874 gun, the first year of production with the folding front sight. This was the first of the classic Gatlings, the bronze gun.
This machine gun was the creation of inventor and physician Dr. Richard Gatling. He was one of several designers working to perfect a machine gun in the early 1860s. Gatling patented his first in 1862, saying a few men with a Gatling gun could do the work of a regiment. Still, he didn't sell his invention until 1864 to a general in the Union Army. Some historians say Gatling hoped it would change the course of warfare.
He thought if he invented a weapon that could fire as much ammunition as a company of soldiers but only needed a few crew members, that they would release the men and not draft them and fight with his weapons instead.
Gatling hoped his gun would end wars. Of course, it didn't turn out that way. Union gunners fired Gatlings to great effect against Confederate forces.
Gatling was very distraught that his weapon was being used this way and not releasing people, but actually causing more carnage.
In spite of its initial success, the Gatling gun saw limited action in the final year of the Civil War. The Army did not adopt it until the war was over, after the Navy put the Gatling into service. In the next 2 decades, it achieved wide acceptance and fame as a mechanical marvel of the day while winning battles around the globe. As the Gatling gun evolved, it used a variety of loading systems, among them this 40-round box magazine.
And the way they'd load this is take the follower, push it all the way down to the bottom, take a round, hold the retaining spring open, bring the follower back up, put your thumb underneath it, and begin laying the rounds in there. Though they lay side to side to side.
Gunners loaded their magazines before battle, in this case with 45-70 black powder ammo. Gravity fed the Gatling's action.
This is your action as if I was turning the crank, this is what it would look like. Now what you're seeing is, the magazine is approximately in this position. As it drops out, it lands in a trough like that. As we go around, the bolt being cammed forward chambers the round. As the round is then chambered into the weapon, the firing pin, when it gets all the way over about in the 4 o'clock position, will fire the round.
After firing, the cylinder continues to rotate and an extractor ejects the spent cartridge.
The cartridge is then extracted and kicked out to the side, usually by a plate on the feed cover. It would look something like this.
10 barrels plus the Gatling's rotating action helped keep the barrels from overheating in the heat of battle. and it was relatively easy to clean and repair in the field.
You twist this bolt, hold in latch, and you may now remove the corresponding bolt from that barrel. 10 bolts, 10 barrels, 10 firing pins. There's 10 of everything.
It was a technological wonder, and it did achieve its inventor's goal. Dr. Gatling's historic machine gun did change warfare forever, but not in the way he had hoped.
It's not the honor of fighting man-to-man at the beginning of the machine age, who can put out the most, the fastest. It also is the beginning of teamwork, doing something together, pulling together to create something, the way our country was created, the way we've won the wars we've won.
You know, when you think about it, a Gatling gun is really a form of a revolver. And it was a company famous for making revolvers, Colt's Manufacturing, that built the original Gatling gun.
Well, you've made it to the end of another Shooting USA video on YouTube, and for that, we thank you. It does help the channel if you subscribe, like, and comment, and that will help us keep the content coming.